Okay, so there are 4 things that separates the pros from the amateurs, right? Number 1, breath control. Number 2, rhythm. Number 3, feel. And number 4, resonance. Okay, so we're going to go through these one by one, so stick with me. Okay, so knowing when to breathe is ultimately about connecting your breath to your thought. Okay, so why is this important? All right, here you see there are 3 scripts, each with different lengths. Okay, so it seems like an obvious thing, right, that the length of the sentence needs to correlate with the amount of breath that you take. But when you're in that recording booth and you need to deliver in front of like a bunch of clients and agencies and whatever, trust me, this just like suddenly just goes out the window. So that's why I've created this very simple technique to help you coordinate your breath and your thought. So it's super easy. It's gonna take you like a minute a day or something like that. If you can do this every day, it's good for anxiety and health anyways. Okay, so we're just gonna start by sighing, right? And if your voice gets all like wonky like this, good. Don't try to control your breath. Don't go like, oh, no, we're not doing that. We're just going, and try to think of something pleasant, right? I like to think of jasmine flowers because I love jasmine, and like, or like freshly ground coffee or whatever floats your boat, right? We're just gonna inhale, and then breathe out. Okay, step 2. With your hands right here, you're gonna inhale according to the length of your hands, right? I'm just going to demonstrate right here. So, immediately you might start feeling really relaxed. So this is a natural side effect of this exercise. So if you can do this every day just for about like 2 to 3 minutes, it's gonna help you so much. Okay, so this is step number 1, mastering breath control. Okay, so moving on to number 2 of what separates the amateurs from the pros. It's about rhythm. So it's not about the words, it's about the rhythm. Let me say it again. Not about the words, it's about the rhythm. Okay, so most beginner voiceover actors, they try to take the meaning of the words and they use that to create the read and the copy of the script. I'm not saying that this is a wrong way. I'm saying that it might not be the best way, okay? So I'm gonna just demonstrate, right? You can do so much more if you have your own data plan. With First Telco's new prepaid plans, choose data plans from 25 ringgit to 48 ringgit, or get the best of both worlds for 35 ringgit to enjoy 35 GB high-speed data and unlimited calls. The issue with this is that it sounds stilted and choppy. Number 1. Number 2, there's not going to be enough time. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate that script, and I'm just going to say it without any words. I'm just going to use the words blah, 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 and I'm going to tell a story. So this is just to demonstrate how it's not about the words, but it's more about the rhythm that you create around the copy, right? So the story is this. There's something new hidden behind the corner. No, it's not that boring old thing. It's this thing. And guess what? It has this. It also has this. And it also has this. But wait for it. It has this. So what are you waiting for? Come get it now. Okay, so I'm going to tell that whole story and I'm just going to say the words blah, blah, blah. Okay, just to demonstrate. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. It sounds kind of crazy, but okay, so when you hear it on top of the copy, it actually starts to make more sense. So this is, again, just to show you how it's less about the words and it's more about the rhythm. Okay, here we go. You can do so much more if you have your own data plan. With First Telco's new prepaid plans, choose data plans from 25 ringgit to 48 ringgit. Or get the best of both worlds for 35 ringgit to enjoy 35 GB high-speed data and unlimited calls. So what are you waiting for? Get your First Telco now. Okay, so now let's contrast that with how we were speaking it before, right? In a more like speaking the meaning, okay? So I just want you to listen to it again, right? I'm not saying that this is a wrong way, but you have to know what are the two different ways of doing it. Okay, so just listen for this. You can do so much more if you have your own data plan. With First Telco's new prepaid plans, choose data plans from 25 ringgit to 48 ringgit. Or get the best of both worlds for 35 ringgit to enjoy high-speed data and unlimited calls. So that's a much more conversational way of doing it. And sometimes the client wants specifically that type of conversational read. So that is known as a conversational read. So you're not being an announcer, you're not selling anything. It's not like you're reading an ad copy or whatever, but it's just a different way of doing things. And you need to know, you need to be conscious of how to do that. You need to be conscious so that you know the difference. So when the client is asking for a particular way of doing something, you know. But for a general announcer voice, if you want to sell your voice, then you have to do it in the way that I described previously, which is a more rhythmic way of doing it. So that's what it's called, an announcer voice. And as I make more videos, I'm going to explain more about what is an announcer voice and what is, like, you know, more conversational, just like a casual voiceover voice. So yeah, anyways, let's move on to number 3. So the pros know that what you're actually selling when you're doing a voiceover is a feeling. That's what advertising is. You're selling a feeling. And I'm going to use these two scripts as an example, right? One of them is a script introducing a health product that is for the elderly to help them boost their immune system. And the next one is an event script for a really fun, hip event called Electric Run, where runners wear these neon bands while running to electronic music. It's super cool and fun. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to read the health script with a fun vibe and the fun Electric Run script with a health vibe, just so that you hear how ridiculous you would sound if the feel is not right, okay? Introducing Vital Health Immune Plus, scientifically formulated with triple immunity protection. Activate your patient's immunity, activate the second half of their life. It just sounds really weird. Okay, now we're gonna do the fun one, but with a health vibe, right? The world's premier nighttime fun run, Electric Run, will be heading to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The creative neon nocturnal run is set to happen on September 12th at the Selangor Turf Club in Malaysia. So now that you know how important feel is, the question is, so Grace, how do I get my voice to change its feeling, right? So this is not an easy thing to do. So I struggled with this a lot because I had no idea how to do this, right, when I started doing voiceover. So I've got some really amazing exercises that are going to help you tap into how to create textures and feelings with your voice. And this is where your unique personality is going to come through as a voice talent. And this is going to be where the fun is, because how I deliver a fun, cool thing might be very different from how you would deliver it, and how I deliver a health script will be different from how you would deliver it. So this is ultimately about personal interpretation, and this is about connecting our feeling, the inner feel, and how to be able to express it with our voice. So there is a video for that. It's in the description below. You can check it out. Yeah. Okay, just some really simple tips of, let's take those two things as an example with so with health, there's a very like soft, kind of like a very nurturing vibe to it. Okay, so this is my interpretation, right? So how do you create, so nurture has to do with the element of water. So how do you create that in your body? Maybe you might want to try some like some like feely music, just like some really watery vibes, and just kind of get that like sort of going in your body. And then when you can feel it, then it starts to come out in your voice a little bit more. And then with the other one, it's more of like it's excitement, it's fire. And then when you start to move in this way, then your voice starts to act in this way as well. So the body, how your body is, that informs how your voice is, right? So yeah, please watch that video and please practice or use the exercises in that video. But for now, this is just a really like super simple way. If you're like, you've got a voiceover tomorrow and like, no, Grace, I don't have time to do those stupid exercises. No, not stupid exercises. They are good exercises. But if you don't have time to do those exercises, then just a really quick thing, like your client is like, okay, I need you to sound like you're really rich. Okay, this is a high luxury lifestyle thing, so you gotta sound like you're rich. Okay, so for me, rich is about it's about luxury, right? Think like velvet, smooth velvet, like you're in a pool and there's like you're surrounded by like people are feeding you grapes, and it feels so luxurious. And the sound that is coming through my voice, it just feels chocolatey and liquid and like money, you know? So when you move and you start to visualize inside your body what it feels like, it will come out in your voice. Okay, it just takes a little bit of practice. So this is why exercises are important. Okay, so now let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is my favorite, resonance. It's my favorite. Why? Because it took me so long to learn this thing. Okay, so we've all heard that movie trailer voice and we think to ourselves, why can't I sound like that? Or if you do, then that's great. But if you don't, the answer is you can, not to that extent.
Once in a while, a symbol of hope breaks through.
But you can definitely create more resonance in your voice because God meant for our voices to be resonant. That's how voice works. Like, you know, when I first started, because I'm a very small person, right? So I spoke with a very thin, small voice, and I struggled so much with having that full kind of like resonant tone in my voice. Even today, I still struggle with it. Okay, so why is resonance important? Because why does it make you sound professional? Because it conveys authority, it conveys trustworthiness, and that's what all brands want. All brands want their voice to sound trustworthy. And a simple way to think of it, of what resonance is, right, or how it applies to voice is, I'm going to use this picture here. So it's a monk ringing a bell, right? Okay. Who knew that 16th century would have so much wisdom to impart? So, okay, so when there's like a round thingy in the bell, right? So when the round thingy hits the bell, like dong, there's that resonance, and it resonates throughout the entire bell. So that's what resonance is about, right? So when we create a vibration in our vocal thingy, what is this? What is this called? Vocal cords. So yes, when we create a sound in our vocal folds, so think of that as the tung, that initial tung, and what it's supposed to do is the sound is supposed to reverberate throughout your entire body. So into your forehead cavity, into your nasal cavity, your head, your collarbone, your lungs, your chest, everywhere, and you're just supposed to be this entire like vibrating thing, like whoa, you know. Some like really big people, like when they speak, like you can feel like their entire body is just like radiating sound, right? So that is good resonance. And so one of the things that does create good resonance, obviously, is if the person has a huge lung capacity, that definitely creates resonance. But if you're like me, if you're really small and you have a small lung capacity, what you need to do is you need to create freedom to allow the resonance to travel. Okay, so let's go back to our favorite 16th century monk right here. Okay, so let's just say a particularly evil devil was just like standing there and like holding the bell like really tight, right? And the monk was like swinging the thing. The sound, just imagine the sound would be dead, right? It would be a dead sound because there's tension. So if you have tension in your body, if you're like restricting your body and then you try to speak, there's going to be less resonance. So the more you can allow your instrument, your entire body to be free and relaxed, the more you're going to sound resonant.
Relaxes your vocal cords, and as soon as they relax, the tone drops. The lower your voice is, the better you sound.
Right? So that's number one. It's about creating relaxation, and there are a series of exercises that I will share with you. Again, the descriptions, I mean the link to the videos are all like down below. There's going to be so much content. I can't wait. Okay, so number one is having freedom, okay, in your body, so that whatever you create, it just resonates through. Okay, that's number one. And then number two, it's about bringing, so most people, our energies are up here. We hold our energy here. It's because we are a very thought-based society. So what you want to do is you want to bring it down here. You want to bring it low. You want to bring it to your lower belly area. So if you can just, okay, we're going to do a simple exercise. We're going to imagine that this is like a ball of energy. It's right here. Just closing our eyes, we're going to bring the energy down. Now it's in my chest. And now it's in my lower belly. And just try to say a few words, and immediately you would start to feel more support in your breath. You start to feel more relaxed as well. This is a very good way when you're in the recording studio, you have clients in front of you, and you just need to like bring your energy focus and get your breath support. This is a good way, just using your hands to physically direct the energy to your lower body. It's going to help you so much with freeing up your voice so that it doesn't sound tight up here. So a lot of like beginner voiceover talents, like they want to try to sound like they have a good voice, so you see them doing like weird things with their voice right here. So you just gotta let that you just gotta let that all go. Just kind of like clear out the cobwebs here. Okay, so yeah, those two things. So number one, like freeing, and then bringing the energy from up here to down low. Okay, and now like let's just throw in this like really quick resonance exercise, right? Just want to throw in this really quick resonance exercise. Okay, so in order to test out how good or how naturally resonant you are, we're just going to try this exercise. You're just going to do it with me, okay? So we inhale and we make let's make a sound like you. So it's just like you, like this, you. So you're saying you, and you just go, instead of saying you just go you, and then you take your, remember to sanitize and wash your hands first. COVID people, COVID times, okay? But I have washed my hands already, so this is safe for me. So you're just gonna put it on your teeth, right here, and you're gonna feel the vibration. Okay, so let's go. You'll definitely feel vibration, 100%. Everyone's gonna feel it here. Okay, step two. On the bridge of your nose. Feel it on the bridge of, most people will feel it on the bridge of your nose. Okay, level 3 now. On your forehead. When I first started voice training, I could not feel it on my forehead. If you feel it on your forehead, very good. And then level 4, you're going to feel it on your collarbones. Feel it on your collarbones. Okay, level 5, you're going to feel it in your fingertips. Okay, If you can feel it vibrating in your fingers, congratulations, you have very good resonance. You don't need to watch this video anymore. But ultimately, I mean, I think one of my voice teachers told me before that like the ultimate way, like, so opera singers, they feel the resonance to their toes. They can feel the vibration on the, when they speak or when they sing, they feel the vibration on the ground through their feet. So that is the ultimate resonance, of course. If you're a naturally huge person, you're blessed with this like amazing resonance, then good for you. But yeah, for those of us who are not, then this exercise is going to be great. So how do you create more resonance? Watch the video, the exercises, do the exercises. So for me personally, it took me 2 years of doing the voice exercises regularly, but bear in mind that I naturally had very blocked like throat. I had huge issues with communicating and stuff like that. So it took me 2 years. So if you're like just a normal person that doesn't suffer with a lot of like throat blockages, it might take you a year. How often to do these exercises? I would say like 3 times a week. If you want to see definite 100% results, do it every day for at least half an hour. You are going to see results 100% confirmed, guaranteed. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this, and please let me know your comments if there's anything that I can help you with directly, or if whatever you like, whatever you like, you don't like, or if anything that you found useful or not so useful, please let me know. I need feedback so that I can continue to grow this channel, and I can continue to provide you value and help you explore and free your voice and make use of the expressive tool that the universe has blessed you with. Bye.